A cult of efficiency is one where you believe that you're better the busier you are. You may be a victim if you're constantly adding more activities and responsibilities onto your plate. The need for increased productivity does not have to be solely in your working life either. You may be just as at risk as workaholics if you plan to take up a new hobby. While this trend is currently at its peak, it has roots in history. People used to be paid per task completed, but this changed into an hourly rate during the Industrial Revolution. Because of this, people now work longer hours. The American dream adds to this nightmare since the overarching belief is that hard work will be rewarded. This, however, is blatantly untrue. Although increases in wages fluctuate above rates of inflation, those on the higher rungs of the hierarchy are taking home much more pay, essentially stealing the fruits of our skyrocketing efficiency. Thanks to consumerism trying to convince us to buy things we don't want, we buy into this cult even more. Due to people now being paid per hour worked, we now think of time as money, literally. We have been forced to assign a cash value to each hour of our lives, and each hour not spent working seems to be time wasted. Our view of free time is further impacted by flexible work schedules popular now. The effect of this has been shown through an experiment using music. Two groups are made to listen to classical music, but one group was asked their hourly wage first. This group understandably wanted the music to end faster. Beyond wanting to be more efficient in work, people are now also intent on being busy during leisure time. Some people even experience this when it comes to quality time spent with family. There is the idea that this time must be spent getting things done with family such that the interactions are rewarding and memorable. People have become increasingly isolated in their lives, losing the intimacy with other humans that we had before. In the quest for productivity, we have become more reliant on technology for our communication. While this is an efficient method, it doesn't involve human voices. There is a visceral reaction within us when we hear voices as compared to when we read from a screen. Losing that turns making meaningful connections into an uphill battle. Although we seem more connected to one another now thanks to information technology and social media, these also open up doors for us to compare ourselves with other people. Some healthy comparisons might be good, but it further fuels the cult of efficiency. The desire to outdo other people can force us into meaningless competitions that burn out all parties. One way to combat this is by being confident in your evaluations of yourself, without having to look at what anyone else is doing. Most people don't actually know where their time goes. We all have the same 24 hours a day, but how many of us know exactly how we spend them? By getting a clearer picture of how our time is spent, we can make better decisions about whether to add more activities to our plates. Another key lesson we need to learn is the distinctions between our means and their ends. A means is how we do something or achieve a goal. This goal is the end we're working toward. When we're focused solely on efficiency, we tend to forget what ends we're aiming for. Sure, working long hours may increase your net pay, but will you then use this money to support a happy household? When we forget about our goals, the things we wish to accomplish in life turn into a never-ending checklist. It might bring satisfaction to check things off, but does that actually bring you closer to your ideal end? Therefore, we need to cut out unrewarding activities from our lives.